Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Moth by Yasha Allah Bonaparium. This is Moth, son of Israel, son of Ephraim. We gotta give all praises and honors to my power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to the Akim Magwaf and the bind that's tuned into this video. This is peace to the brothers, sisters, and children tuned into this video. It's gonna be a quick hitter, and I wanna continue to discuss some symbology as I did about a week or two ago. Excuse me. So you're talking about trees and wood. Uh, First three precepts will touch on the wheat and tear. Man, hold on, Slocky, give me a second. Wheat and tares, and the second half it will discuss corn, the corn. I'm gonna start in the book. Slocky, start in the book of Matthew chapter 13 verse 24, and it reads, another parable put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. Now, field goes into world, but we'll continue on to this. But while men slept, his enemy came up and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. So essentially, the wheat, you know, that'd be the elect, right? The one third. The tares would be the two thirds, right? Because another precept I couldn't find it, but essentially the precept saying is like it's like we cast a wide net and we bring in the good and bad, right? Everyone will be there. There's gonna be people that are in the ministry that's not supposed to be called, not gonna be here because they're not righteous, right? Because they get the good and bad. But we'll continue to devolve that, deep dive into that as we continue on in this book. The book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 26, and it reads, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then had the tares? See, one doubling down on the fact that the tares would actually be the two thirds, right? The unrighteous. He said unto them, an enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou go, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest rather ye gather up tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let them both grow until the harvest, and that harvest would be the return of Yahweh Shai. That's what that would be. In the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, bind them up in bundles, and burn them, and gather the wheat into my barn. When it goes into burn, you know what that goes into, right? That ICBM missiles, right? That lake of fire, the Great Barbecue, some may call it, right? Um, so we're going to go on and continue to talk about that. But the one precept says many are called, but few was chosen. Roughly paraphrasing some of that stuff that goes into there'll be people that will call, but will not be chosen, right? The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 38, and it reads, the field is the world. So doubling down on the fact what we were just talking about, right? But the good seed are the children of the kingdom, right? That'd be the one third, right? The elect. And the rest of the one third, right? These are the righteous. These were the saints. These were the people that were able to take heed to this word and follow by it and have faith up, which was super important as well. Utmost importance is having faith. Slakia, hiccups. Slakia. But the tares are the children of the wicked one, right? The two thirds. The book of Timothy, chapter 2, verse 20. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also wood and earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. So just trying to continue to dial down the fact that, again, many are called, but few are chosen, right? It's some people that are not called to make it to this, right? This is a man, therefore purge himself from these. He shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared for every good work. Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace, with them that call on Ha Adawan out of a pure heart, right? So you know that those vessels of gold and silver, those are again the righteous right there, right? That would be the wheat, right? The one third. But the wood and earth, right? You know, it's the 2/3 unrighteous. The people that are dishonor, right? That don't follow this book, don't follow how I don't want Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. And then these last two precepts, we're going to the corn. The book of Psalms, chapter 72, verse 16. There shall be a handful of corn and the earth upon the top of the mountains. Now that corn that goes into the elect. That's the elect, right? The fruit thereof shall shake like Lebanon, and they of the city shall flourish like the grass of the earth. His name, it's like his name shall endure forever. You know, Yahweh. That name should endure forever, right? Yahweh shall be with us. His name shall be continued as long as the sun, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed, and we'll be, calling Yahweh shall blessed, and Yahweh's name will forever be a staple in this world. Like it's not going to go off like today's world is, right? But to prove this corn, right, handful more corn is going to be on top of the mountains, right? This part right here is important. Let's read here. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him was 144,000, which is the number of the elect, right? 144, 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So he said on Mount Zion, and there's 144,000, which is the elect. We go back here, a handful of corn, which a handful was just the 144, a lot of them, a lot of men. So it's a corn on that mountain, right? Because that's the elect. As I heard from heaven, as the voice of many waters, as the voice of a great thunder, as I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and elders. No man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So that really explains the corn right there. That is the elect. Adoratazah, I was able to Adoratazah. This lesson was edifying, and you were able to get peace and some knowledge and being enlightened. We gotta give all praises and honors to my power Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. Shalom to the Alkim Makwath and the Bayan that's tuned into this video. That is peace to the brothers, sisters, and children that tuned into this video. Shalom.